About the menstrual cycle. I'm going to start with the pituitary gland, which is found in your brain. So you should know that the pituitary gland secretes a hormone called follicle stimulating hormone, and that follicle stimulating hormone will be released into the bloodstream and it will make its way down, being carried by the blood until it reaches the target organ of the ovaries. Now, what you now need to understand is that follicle stimulating hormone is going to cause the eggs in the ovary to mature. Once it does that, it will then also stimulate the ovaries to start to produce estrogen. Now, estrogen will make its way to the lining of the uterus, and that will cause the lining of the uterus to build up, to thicken. That estrogen will also make its way up to the pituitary gland, and if there are high enough levels, they are going to inhibit the pituitary gland from producing more FSH. Well, not only does it do that, it also stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete a new hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone, and that will make its way to the ovaries, and when it gets the ovaries, it will stimulate the ovaries to release the mature egg. That is what's known as ovulation. Now what's going to happen is that egg is going to make its way through the oviduct all the way down to the uterus and potentially be fertilized in the process. So to prepare the body for this fertilized egg cell reaching the uterus, the empty follicle actually will release a new hormone called progesterone, and that hormone will go to the uterus and it will cause the uterus to maintain the lining in preparation for that fertilized egg. Well, the progesterone not only does that, it also, when it's in high enough concentration, will actually inhibit the pituitary gland from secreting more FSH and more LH. Therefore, no more eggs being matured, no more eggs being released, because we are expecting potentially a fertilized egg to implant in the uterus. So what happens when that fertilized egg isn't actually implanted, or it wasn't fertilized at all? Well, when the estrogen and progesterone levels drop, what will happen is the lining of the uterus will shed, and that is what we call menstruation. That is the period where the lining of the uterus has shed in preparation for the cycle to start all over again, and that is why it's called the menstrual cycle.